Hey everybody, it's Bernie from Blanche Farms Meats. Back with you again for another recipe for you guys to play around with a little bit. Today I'm going to feature some of our lamb shanks. Something some folks come in and say, what do you do with those things? Well, I'm going to show you something I do. I'm going to do a coq au vin, traditionally with chicken, but I'm going to do it with lamb shanks. It's real nice. We do a little burgundy wine with that, and I'm going to, of course, feature. You can typically use pancetta. You can use our pancetta if you'd like, but I'm going to use our bacon, our hickory smoked bacon, and from Blanche Farms. And then I'm going to do some. I got one whole yellow onion. Whoops, one whole yellow onion there, diced up. I've got 3 carrots, and I've got equal parts of mushrooms. I'd use little baby bellas, but you can use whichever kind you'd like. I got about 3 cloves of garlic. And I've got my trusty Dutch oven. We're going to do it in this bad boy. So I'm going to get this guy going on the stove top, and I'm going to take about, I don't know, 4 or 5 ounces of my ground bacon, and I'm going to get that cooking in this Dutch oven and reduce, pull all the fat out and separate it. And I'm going to strain it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that a kind of a braise on it. Then I'm going to add the vegetables and slow cook. This one's couple steps in the Dutch oven, but it's well worth it. When it's all done, it's tender and delicious. And I'm going to get started, and we'll show you it throughout the process. Okay, I'm back. I've rendered down my delicious Blanche Farms ground bacon. Be warned when you do this dish to make sure you turn on the fans on your kitchen, or everybody in your house is going to be hungry, because it will fill the house with the smell of delicious hickory smoked bacon. And I'm laughing, but truthfully, it will happen. Several people who buy our bacon say, it's delicious bacon, but my whole house smells like bacon. So make sure you turn your fan on, open a window in your kitchen, get that delicious bacon flavor going everywhere. So anyway, I've rendered off my bacon into my very hot still, and I got some grease in there, but I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil in there just to give it enough so I can get these hocks going real good. Put that back on the stove, and I've actually done a little bit. This is a little different, but typically, you know, your chicken comes with skin on it. You get a nice crunch and crisp and fat. So I actually did a little bit of just some flour, salt, and pepper. I'm going to roll the shanks in this before I put them into the grease to kind of give them a little bit of a fry to crisp up the outside a little bit before I start the next process. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take these beautiful shanks. I'm going to roll them around in some flour, which you've all done before, and I'm going to throw them in that grease, which is mostly bacon, a little bit of olive oil, and then we'll catch back up in a little bit. Okay, everybody, so we've got the love going on our shanks. Got a nice little golden brown. They're by no means cooked, but we just kind of about medium in that Dutch oven with the bacon grease and some olive oil, and we got them a nice little crunch with that flour roll. So it's or the dusting we did with the flour, rolled them in the flour, salt and pepper mix. So now I've got this dark start for a cooked down bacon grease and stuff, and it's hot oil. So now I'm going to dump in that 1 onion. Hear that nice sizzle. I'm going to dump in those 3 carrots. I'm going to dump in that mushroom equivalent there. About I don't know, 3 cloves of garlic, minced up. This is where the magic starts, right here. This is the magic. That delicious cooked bacon goes back in again. Get all that in there. Get all the grease in there too. You don't want to miss any of that. Or pancetta if you use pancetta. I've got a cup of red wine I'm going to dump in there. I'm going to add some fresh, 3 sprigs of fresh thyme. I'm going to add some, a couple bay leaves. And I'm just going to let this cook. I'm going to put this beautiful legs or shanks back in here on top of this. I'm going to cover this bad boy. I'm going to stick it in the oven at 350 and just let it work its magic and let all that deliciousness just kind of flow. I'm probably going to add about a cup of chicken broth too, I want to kind of get that nice simmer going. I want to slowly braise these shanks till they're just like falling off the bone, and all of these vegetables and all the marriage of all these flavors are coming together. So I'm going to get this baby all together, throw it in the oven, and we'll take a look at it a little bit. Okay, so here it is, an hour and a half into the process. I pulled it out. I get a little stir. And you can see how all this, everything's breaking down real nice. I'm gonna give it a little longer. It's still a little, I want it falling off the bone here. So I'm gonna roll everything around a little bit, kind of get it nice and covered in liquid, put it back in the oven at 350 for another half an hour. And then we should be ready to roll. So this is the finished product of our lamb coq au vin, lamb shank coq au vin. It is absolutely delicious. The sweetness from this lamb and the way it balances out with the wine and the slow cooking, it is just unbelievable. You can eat it with a fork. You put this over some couscous or some rice, even some grits. It's just fantastic. A little bit of flour that we rolled the lamb shanks in allowed a little bit of thickness to the sauce, so it's just absolutely incredible. You got to give this a try. Play with your food.